My next upload this evening is just with regard to women and children's rights and professional women's opinions with regard to the measures and safeguards that are put in place for a woman experiencing circumstances similar to mine. Um, it's common knowledge my hereditary is of royalty. I am of royal patronage, but as well as that, there is the issue of having experienced these wrongdoings and offences that have been unduly caused. So the matter I'm raising in this upload is with regard to the safety measures that have not been applied and the exacerbation and offences that have continued. So it's really concerning when individuals of these offences are in any close proximity or when any of their assailants are assisting with any retaliation process. So the failings that I'm highlighting would be with regard to the issue of protection laws and defamation laws that have been very seriously damaged in this situation with individuals in my proximity, and the issue of royal patronage being jeopardized and not being respected to the detriment of all involved. So since becoming a married mother, I've been intruded upon, I've been trespassed upon, and it is still a waiting game with regard to the safety measures that should have been applied, that haven't been applied, and the liabilities that are still at play. Now, as I've mentioned, their procedures and practices have not been to good standards. They have not adhered to good practice, and to be very, very clear about it, they have not got only no remit, they have no basis, no foundation, and no authentication to their objectives or their allegations. So they have been damaging and disrespecting and causing a little bit of very serious destruction to all the topics that I've already previously mentioned, and they still seem to be having a free hand with the level of offences that they've been causing and that they have caused already. Now, during a pandemic, it's quite serious, the original offences in 2017 and prior to then in 2016. But during a pandemic, for these individuals to be of exacerbation and to be causing very serious, grievous harm and to be intruding, I'm concerned what and how and when the Honourable Government that is aware of my legislation work and my experience as a recovery advocate, I'd like to know when the Honourable Government will be contacting with regard to my property and my child and my fortune that has been damaged by a collective of offenders that have a free hand at a situation where they have publicised since 2017 their objective to destruct an avatar's light body. I'd like to know when the relevant agencies are prioritising the Women and Children's Rights Initiative in this circumstance, as well as the more serious issue of royal patronage. So as I am a very law-abiding citizen of legislation, I'm very curious what there are of and what they are intending with regard to disrespecting the Constitution and democracy when upgrade and elevate the progress, the new developments, the new reforms are all for positive benefits and the betterment of society. I'd like to know what are these calibre of individuals with a free hand at the level of offences that they've already caused, doing in my proximity without practicing good procedures or correcting the thieving and trespassing I've been experiencing. It's a very serious issue. There are individuals that have trespassed upon a mother and child, ignoring the laws that be. And I'd like to know when the government is going to be addressing the very serious issue of housing and health and such, these kind of simple matters that are being subjected to human rights abuses simply due to people enjoying my property, my beautiful mountain in Kilflynn in County Kerry, of my ancestors and my child and I and my spouse, Richard McElligott. So I'd appreciate a bit of common sense consideration and courtesy. And I'm very concerned about what kind of a representation this gives to other women and children when individuals are being facilitated with their intrusions and their wrongdoings. So it's very serious that there are individuals in my proximity of repeat offences, and this situation is inexcusable, it's unforgivable, and it's intolerable. So I'm just going to continue uploading until the message gets through to those that are seeing these uploads that there's a very dangerous failing apparent, and there's a very, very dangerous outcome to damaging an innocent child and mother of royal heritage, of sacred royal heritage, and of substantial wealth and property. So the wrongdoings, the offences and the treason are very serious matters, not light-hearted matters. And as I'm of legislation and new reform, I'd appreciate the Honourable Government fulfilling its obligations to my identity and my personal being and wellness and my child and I due to royal patronage.